All right, so the other one I was going to show was this Ashurst pipeline piece.
What's the first letters, Al?
It's Ashurst GLNG. And this was a pipeline in Australia that I believe was like 400 kilometers long, and that within a year after it was built was experiencing significant rust and corrosion problems, and they had to essentially replace the entire 400 kilometers of pipeline. So let's see. So we have a actually fairly significant interactive piece, and if you guys aren't aware, we have oftentimes in our flash pieces, and most recently we've been certainly doing it regularly, we put a little hidden button in the upper left hand corner. If you click on it, it goes full screen. Okay, but this was we wanted to show the amount of corrosion that was taking place in different areas, and so this was the pipeline. There were 5 sections to it, and there was so much detail and so much corrosion throughout that we had to break it up into sections. So we go to section 1, and we have a timeline down here, and we have each of the different types of surveys, as you can see, and we can zoom in. These are the failures that took place. There's so many of them that it looks like it's just throughout. I'll get rid of that one, but there's places that were dug, different types of digs, and it just shows where, and it has an indicator of where that is, so they could refer to other materials on it.
So it doesn't, when you click on those and get the reference, it doesn't do anything apart.
It just gives you a reference. Obviously, we could add a photograph if it was appropriate. What's that? I'm sorry, say it again.
Some of them do.
Some do?
In section 2.
Oh, in section 2. Okay, well, let me go to section 2. All right, so let me turn on the surveys. It's not going. The purple one?
Yeah.
All right. This one. Let me turn these off and see if I can see it. I don't see any purple ones in this area. This is going. No, this is the whole of section 2. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, yeah, right. Okay, so there's one purple one there, and it's not going anywhere. Is that right? Okay. Well, I may not have the complete version.
The woman's up on.
Okay.
On the film.
It's a wonderful geos I've never seen.
Yeah, there's like photographs and reports and test data.
Yeah, like pictures of the actual corrosion.
Okay. Well, I guess I don't have the final version.
Yeah. And actually, on the version I've got, this on section 2, it looks like a close-up of the map. So it's got all the place names. It's like the background's kind of in the same as the overview.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well then this clearly is not the final version. So, and I assume it's available, but the concept is really pretty cool. So I'm going to see.
Similar concept to the UDAC.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
information at each of the sites where there was a problem.
Yeah, in each of the sections you can be zooming in and out of and that sort of thing. Yeah.
I don't know if even more on this than UDAC. Like more background data and more. Yeah.
So this was also based upon a spreadsheet, I assume, in terms of how this was built. Yeah. So we had to get Sean involved in building it, but it is Flash.
And this is a quote Mapbo's tool.
Right.
It gives you map control, in and out, and the timeline, and hot links to the source data about each of some of the test site locations.
But there's 6 different maps linked, one for each section.
And you were representing who in this case?
They're the owners of the pipeline, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, right. They were going back. Yeah. Now let's talk about the failures that took place. We've got a little this was the cathodic protection system that, I don't know, the system failed or was not installed. I didn't work in this case. John did this case. So I'm just guessing here. But we're showing that here's what happens. The pipe gives off electrons just in its natural state, and that eventually causes corrosion.
The deal is that this is a common phenomenon when you bury
Right.
metal in the ground. So to prevent it, you coat the pipe. And if you don't have a good coating, or if you damage the coating, you're open to the corrosion.
But there's another solution. The other solution is a cathodic protection system, which electrically protects it. And in this case, where the electrons were being given off by the pipeline, they're replaced underground, and that prevents the corrosion to take place.
So the sacrificial animals, they will eventually be corroded, eaten away, but you don't care.
Yeah,
You
as long as they're doing their job.
Save the pipe.
Yeah.
And you can periodically replace those electrodes. And they do that on subsea structures and a lot of things that are subject to corrosion.
Water heaters.
And dams. And underground pipelines. Bridges
So-
and-
Yeah, I mean, it's one simple type of explanation. Yeah.
Yep.
What do you do with cutting the pipes in the wrong way when they're installed? Is that different?
No, that was the second one.
Right, okay.
So here, this is the piping system, and we're showing the size of the pipe. I guess I'm speeding forward too fast here. Wait till it all finishes typing. And then the weld takes place. And then here's how corrosion takes place. So this is a very simple explanation. Just don't know when it stops. So the reaction of the water and the iron forms a corrosion. So I'm moving too fast, so bear with me. I'll go back to where it was. I guess this is where. So we're talking about how we add coatings to prevent that corrosion. So then water comes in, it doesn't get to the metal; it just drains through. So I guess if a leak takes place, then you're going to have corrosion that occurs underneath the coating, right?
Expose the metal and begin the reaction.
So a really simple explanation of corrosion taking place within a steel pipe. And then I guess that then this goes to the cathodic protection system as well.
So they have both on this, because they have the coating and the protection.
Yep. Either I don't know if they had them both, or they should have had them, or didn't do it properly. I'm not sure what the argument is as to why it failed and corroded over hundreds of kilometers.
Protection as a remediation if they had failed coating.
Ah, maybe that's what it was. It was the failed coating. That makes sense. So they said they should have done this cathodic protection, right?
Let's try this.
Yeah.
Install, 10 million sites for protection systems.
So now it shows what happens with the cathodic protection, sends electrons so it doesn't allow the rust to occur.
It's not so safe.
Okay.
I think it's Ocean or did Jeff do
Yeah. So then this is sort of a summary of what happens without it and what happens with the cathodic protection. So I guess the argument was that they should have put the cathodic, or had to put it in as the rectifying thing. I'm not sure which.
Yeah, especially since they've shown the gap in the coating.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be there.
Yeah,
Now
right,
that we
right.
do have it, we're stuck.
Yeah, and we got a solution for it, yeah.
Second stage of
Yeah.
protection.
What
To protect
versions
our
do you have that